Welcome to another vlog of Talking Wrestling. Yes, we get right into it. And let me let you know, I've been having a little troubles of uploading the vlogs up to YouTube. So please give me a chance here and try and get those videos uploaded. I'm trying to work out the kinks, trying to figure out what's going on with the whole situation. But in the meantime, let's get to the vlog of Monday Night Raw. I missed it, but I also caught it at the same time. So let's get right to it. Ambrose comes down and basically calls out Seth Rollins, and basically both of them goes back and forth as far as they want to get back together. One holds out his fist, thinking that okay, they can get back together, so on and so forth. Then the other one holds out his fist, and they just back right, even try to get in a scuffle. Then Sheamus and Cesaro comes out and basically starts fighting both of them. At that point, it turns out to be a tag team match. Not a tag team match. It comes down where Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose comes out on top on this whole situation. And Kurt Angle comes out, and at SummerSlam, we have a tag team championship match going on at SummerSlam in Brooklyn. Remember, in Brooklyn at 5 p.m. Eastern Sunday. So don't miss it. I'm going to be watching that whole thing. I'm going to make sure you get all the details, make sure you get everything for you guys right there. That night, if I can do it, I'll do the vlog that night and upload it the same day. Okay? So but bear with me. I've been having problems with the vlogs uploading on YouTube. So meantime, all that went down during the on Raw for the first segment of Raw. Moving right along. Nia Jackson versus Sasha Banks in a women's match that decides to who's going to take on Alexa Bliss at SummerSlam. It was an awesome match, and I Sasha Banks is a really good wrestler, but she became a very good wrestler over the years and really has stuck out. Now remember, Sasha Banks was part of that whole Four Horsemen thing back at NXT. Now, when I say the Four Horsemen thing about an NXT with Sasha Banks, you're talking about Charlotte Flair, you're talking about Becky Lynch, and Bayley was all part of that evolution of women's evolution and taking women's evolution to the next step. But the way that says the two we brought it to the next step was Sasha Banks and Charlotte when they did that Hell in a Cell match. So remember that. So the whole thing with the women's division is that it's become more like a men's thing, where they could be doing chairs, tables, and so on and so forth, and bring more action to the woman, saying, "Hey, you know what? This is for women. This is for women as much as it's for men. So let the woman come out and wrestle." So anyway, doing that match was awesome. A lot of back and forth going on. Nia Jackson, of course, she's a big woman. She had most of the upper hand in that match. Pretty much, not all the way through it, but it was Nia Jax. But Sasha Banks come up winning. With the bank statement she does, she comes out winning that match. The Hardys wants a match against the Rivals. That's going to be happening at SummerSlam 2, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's what's going on with that whole situation. Moving right along, Bray Wyatt wanted a match with Finn Balor. Well, actually, rewind. They had the match at SummerSlam. Turns around, the referee comes in, basically interferes with Kurt Angle in a talk with, I don't remember who he was talking to. I apologize for that. I should have wrote it down, and I was trying to get everything written down as I went along. But the referee comes out and comes to Kurt Angle and says, "Hey, Bray Wyatt and Finn Balor's at it. Can you come on, help us?" So right there and there, automatically, Kurt Angle makes a match on Monday Night Raw, Bray Wyatt versus Finn Balor. That match was good. Very good match between Finn Balor and Bray Wyatt. At the end of the whole situation, Bray Wyatt wins. Then at the end of the match, he basically makes Finn Balor look ridiculous, maybe stupid at the same time. Like, dumped this blood all over him, and so basically makes him feel like crap at that point. He goes to Kurt Angle, and he actually gets a match with Bray Wyatt at SummerSlam. Anyway, as far as that goes, so we just took care of the Bray Wyatt and Finn Balor thing. Ellis Sampson basically comes out and talks about his little thing about whatever he was talking about. R-Truth comes out. Sampson basically attacks R-Truth for interfering his promo, and basically R-Truth gets his butt kicked, and Sampson stands tall as far as that goes. Another big thing that's happened at SummerSlam as well. Remember Big Cass going against Big Show with Enzo and the Shark Cage. The Shark Cage being hung up high above the ring where Enzo cannot interfere or try to interfere in that match. So that's going to be another good match. Tonight, Big Cass comes out. The audience didn't want him talking, but he talked anyway. Basically, he's going to, take out Big Show with no problem. Turns around, Enzo comes out and tells a little joke. Big Cass, this little man has jokes. And then Enzo introduces Big Show. Big Show comes down and goes after the Big Show. Goes at Big Cass. Sorry, not Big Show. Goes at Big Cass. I think they should drop the Big Cass thing down. I think what they're trying to do is make him like Big Show, which I totally disagree with that whole situation, but that's okay. Anyway, Gallo and Anderson comes down and basically kicks the living crap out of the Big Show. At the end of the whole situation, basically Big Cass gets help. Big Show gets basically, I thought he had the upper hand on the whole situation. Turns around and he loses the upper hand. Gallo, Anderson, and Big Cass gets the upper hand on him. Breaks his hand. The other segment where they come out and say his hand is broken. Of course, Big Show is not going to give up the match over that whole situation, and he's going to just go ahead and take on Big Cass at SummerSlam. That's going to be a very interesting match now, because remember, now Big Cass has the upper hand because Big Show's hand is broken. So we'll see what happens with that whole situation in that match when it comes SummerSlam. Neville and Tazwa went at it for the Cruiserweight Championship belt. Tazwa won that belt. A very good show rate, a very good match on as far as that goes. I love that match. When you watch these guys, you have to always keep your eyes open and don't flinch, because you're gonna miss something, because these guys are always moving that ring, always doing the flips, and so on and so forth. A very good match right there, as that was a very good match between Tozawa and Neville. Move right along. Once again, the medical team look at Big Show's hand. It's broken. Big Show wants to still wrestle and basically wants to continue on. Another segment in Raw as well. Emma says that she started the Women's Evolution, basically making a big deal about, she started the Women's Evolution and that she should have had a championship match by now. Well, then Mickey was there so with her, because Emma was talking to Mickey. Mickey says, step in the ring with a 6-time women's champion. And Emma says, you're on. So basically, they have a match, and Mickey wins that match. That match was a good match. I enjoyed that match. It was a wonderful match. I enjoyed it. Am I saying she's a top-notch kind of woman? No, but the match was good. Moving right along. Let's see. Once again, just recover this whole thing. Finn Balor does go to Kurt Angle and actually gets a match with Bray Wyatt. And that basically what happens with that whole situation. He does get his match at SummerSlam once again. Jason Jordan and The Miz. Of course, you know they had a little conflict last week on Monday Night Raw. And basically, The Miz got a match with Jason Jordan. Basically, it was a rematch with Jason Jordan on Raw. Turn around and he basically what happens during that match when Jason Jordan and The Miz went against each other. The Miz cronies basically went after Jordan. And then the Hardy Boys comes down and actually helps out Jason Jordan with that whole situation. And it becomes a 6-man tag team. It was an awesome match between those guys, those two teams. Of course, you know that the Hardys been in the business for years now. I really like that they actually had the Hardys team up with Jason Jordan. Who won that match was the Hardys and Jason Jordan in that 6-man tag team match. It was a good match. How I can say it was a good match. So that was a good thing. Okay, good. It was a good match. Let's put it that way. I apologize for that. At the end of the whole Raw segment was the 4 big guys: Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, Strowman, and Samoa Joe. Basic security was around the ring. Conversation started up after Strowman said that he's always the last man standing. Samoa Joe says, well, then how come basically Roman Reigns was basically could have beat you last Monday night on Raw, and the only way you won that match was because I choked out Roman Reigns. During the whole conflict, basically Roman Reigns comes down and things just start happening, exploding out. Strowman took out the other 2, Roman Reigns, Samoa Joe, and all of a sudden, 2 big men was inside that ring, Brock Lesnar and Strowman, and that was a slobber knocker. Let me tell you, it was a punch blow by blow, and I was enjoying that whole thing. None of the wrestlers could keep him back. The security couldn't keep him back at that point of the game, and even the wrestlers themselves came down and tried to keep those 2 apart. That would be a awesome WrestleMania moment right there. Strowman against Brock Lesnar in a match. That would be an awesome thing to see. I wouldn't mind seeing that. That would be a slobber knocker to see, as what Jim Ross says when he was commentating. So what do I think about Monday Night Raw and what has happened? I think it was a good thing that Ambrose and Seth Rollins is back together again. That's an awesome thing. So that means is this somewhat kind of like a Shield thing going on here, or is this going to be a just tag team thing and that's it? No Roman Reigns. I don't think Roman Reigns is coming back in the whole picture, but you never know. So what I think about the whole lineup right now, as far as what's going on for SummerSlam, it's going to be a good one, and I don't want you guys missing this. I think SummerSlam is going to be awesome, so don't miss. It's going to start at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, and it's going to be a 2-hour ordeal. So don't miss the whole thing with that, the pre-show of SummerSlam. That is my thoughts. That is my whole preview of Monday Night Raw. Please subscribe. please give me a thumbs up and let me get some more subscribers. Let's get 5 more subscribers. Come on, let's go. Let's do this. I'm giving you I'm giving you everything as possible I can give you as far as the show, as far as what has happened on the show. Yes, my vlogs are not going up the right way, but I'm telling you, I'm figuring that out, and I'm going to make sure they get up on time as far as what I said. So, thank you very much, and I will see you on the flip side.